Hey everyone, this is Alan, and welcome to From Shop Floor to Summit, my journey from retail life to financial freedom. This is day 79 of my experience and journey of attaining financial freedom. No one said it was going to be easy, and this is definitely one of those days on what difficult days really look like. I'm uniquely positioned to rest, and I think that is something that's extremely important because I think the answer is to grind. And as I'm working towards financial freedom, I have to see what time I do have. There's time that I have to sleep. I must sleep in order for me to continue to survive the next day. The other time is dedicated towards work. And today was definitely one of those days where it took more than it gave. And again, I understand that that's the reality of my current situation, but that doesn't mean that that's the end. So, um, on the things to go through today, my day was exhausting. It was just nonstop, where I just had to be up and vertical and present regardless of how I felt. I just had to reset myself, and it sucks that there's no real. There's, I can air my grievances here, but the nature of the job isn't really going to change, nor do I think it should have to. I think this isn't really something that anybody should do for long periods of time. Um, it's something that I want to get out of. It's something I still want to get out of. And I think making these videos weekly helps me remember that this is where I am, but this isn't the destination. So it was extremely um, exhausting, and it is also, in some ways, dehumanizing the repetitious work of it all. Um, and sure, they provide updates about what happens from day to day and week to week, but I don't personally think that's enough for me, and that's okay, um, because I'm still here. I'm still doing this until I'm not. So that's the whole purpose of this, and I think staying connected to community is extremely important during this process. Um, if you're surrounded by people that aren't where you want to be, it's going to be possible, but it's going to be much more challenging. Um, so, am I feeling motivated? I am feeling motivated. Uh, I'm just tired, and I think it's important to acknowledge that if you are tired, give your body what it needs. Drink water, eat well, rest. Really plan for resting. Don't let rest just kind of happen. Don't fight it. Really, really plan for it. I think is a really important part of the process. Um, what have I learned? Well, I had very productive conversations. I have two books I'm looking forward to reading about taxes and how to navigate this space in real estate. So I am looking forward to that. But that conversation was around like 45 minutes, and it's nice to talk to somebody that's currently in that industry and that's what they're working on. And the more I talk to him, the more connections that are made both in my mind and just growing my network. So I'm going to continue doing that, as well as my masterclass that I'm currently in. Um, so that's what I've learned. Actions that I've taken. I think planning for rest is really important, and you know, you have to look at the whole picture. You know, what's the time that you do have? What's the time that you're spending? Um, what's the time that you're wasting, if there is any time that's being wasted? And what time are you spending for developing new skills and gaining ground for whatever it is that you're working on. So those are the actions that I've taken. And next week, I have 2 weeks together. So I'm sorry, not 2 weeks together. I have 2 days together, which is rare. It's very rare that that happens, but you know, I'm encouraged because, this kind of leads into some of the other things to go through. I do have some projects, meetups, and calls that I'm looking forward to. So, with the time that I have, I'm going to have to develop that and um, my primary path to financial freedom. Just continue working it and never stop and seek help, communicate with your team. I'm going to write a list of these things down. I'm just kind of doing it and just making these videos as a touch point because I believe that's very important. Is this working? It is working. I think it is working. Um, and there's more people that I know who are doing the things that I want to be doing and succeeding in it. And I think that's important to continue to be near them and gleaning as much information as possible from them. So, diet, I gotta be honest with you, I don't know if I had any water today. I do need to have some water. I think that's important because it's refreshing and it keeps you alive and healthy. Um, at one point in my next, I'm going to start writing down the things so you can kind of see the actual data of how many steps have I taken at this point. So um, I can see if I'm improving, maintaining, or declining. Because I didn't feel like walking today, and it's important to do. My morning routine is not done. I have my journal that I have here, which I will be doing by the time I finish this video. So that's here. It's within arm's reach. Um, but everything else was done. Uh, Again, short summary on other projects. The summary is sleep today, grind tomorrow, and and calculate the time spent on how much time I'm spending on grinding. So just don't grind into oblivion. Mark the time. That's important. Hours spent on goals. Same thing. There's a app that I'm using called Toggle Tracker. It's completely free. It's very rudimentary. It's, it is what it is. I just have to get with a program and just be consistent with it. So I think it's just getting the ball rolling. So numbers on financial, that number is still zero. And again, I know that. Um, it's not going to be something that happens overnight. I know that I am working towards something pretty big, and I'm just gonna continue doing all that I can on it until uh, the goal has been reached and achieved. So keep rooting for me. Keep watching. I'm not I'm not dismayed. I just know that there's just work to be done, and I will continue doing it no matter what. So stay tuned for the next video.